Oh no, I'm stranded in a field with a flat tire on my lawnmower, and it's a long ways to the garage for me to drag it. What will I do? Holy smokes, what's that? A cordless tire inflator. ALTOCRAFT has saved the day. Hey friends, this is the Homestead Bandwagon with another exciting edition of From China with Love, in which I, Micah, am asked by companies that sell stuff on Amazon, hey, will you review our product? And I say, yes, I will. All right, so today we're looking at the ALTOCRAFT Lithium-Ion Cordless Tire Inflator. This is advertised to inflate up to 120 psi. I don't have a way to test that. I'm not Project Farm, whatever. But what I found unique about this thing is it's actually a dual power tire inflator. So not just having a battery, but it also has a 12-volt plug-in, so you can use it in your emergency kit in your vehicle. I found that to be really unique, and then I looked it up. Okay, it's not that unique, but it's still cool, and this one's less expensive by a pretty good margin than other dual power tire inflators on the market. So let's just get right into the meat of it here. Did it work? Yes, it did. I tried it out on our trusty PT Cruiser. Put it on one of those front tires. It was down to 10 psi. Pumped it up to 45, no problem, on a single charge on the battery, and the battery had plenty of juice left. We then put it on the front tire of the truck. We got a diesel truck, really heavy. I think that pressure from the heaviness makes it harder to inflate those tires. In fact, I know it does. I'm using the same battery with the same charge that was left after putting 35 pounds of pressure in a passenger car tire. I was able to take the truck on that same charge from about 30 pounds up to like 45. Pretty good, you know, enough to get you with enough air to get off the road if you only have the battery. But again, what was cool about this is it has a plug-in, so I could plug it into what they used to call the cigar lighter. Now they call it a power outlet. I guess we don't have cigars anymore. You could plug it into that round outlet and pump up your tire with however much juice you got on your vehicle's battery. So that's pretty cool. It's something that caught my eye, so I could put this in the emergency kit of like one of the kids' vehicles or something. Let's do a talking hands segment here, very popular, showing you what's in the box and the features of this ALTOCRAFT dual power tire inflator. Okay, so first thing in the box, some instructions. I have not opened them. This thing was pretty self-explanatory. There's a battery. This works like just about any lithium-ion battery. It goes on the machine and provides power. There is a cool button here that I love that shows you how much power is on the battery. How useful is that? It is very useful. That's how useful it is. Now, here's the charger that came in the box. It's about a 6-foot long cord, which is nice. I like that it's really low profile. I'm not going to be charging this thing day in and day out. It's not going to be my everyday inflator, okay? That's just not what it's for. But look at how compact that is when it's charging this battery. That's really nice. And you can, you know, plug it in a ways away from where the charger is. A lot of these chargers have really short cords. And then it's really easy to understand. If there's a red dot, it's not charged. If there's just a green dot, it is. Easy to understand. I like it. And then the thing that caught my eye is this thing. So this is the power adapter, so it slides onto the unit just like a regular battery does. It's hollow in the bottom, so we can shove all this cord in there, and it's a pretty long cord. The idea here being that you can plug it in your car, reach the front tires and the back tires. Now, herein lies one of the things I didn't love about the machine is this cord wasn't long enough to reach from the power supply or the power outlet in my truck all the way to the back tire. So I'm not going to be able to put it in my truck and use it as part of my emergency kit. It'll stay in one of the passenger cars, and that's okay. Now here's the inflator itself. All right, so pretty chunky. That's a unit right there. Here's the trigger for turning on the air, and the trigger will lock. And that comes in handy because this has got a digital gauge here. And let's find what I do with the battery. Oh yeah, it's on the charger. So battery goes in, turn it on. Okay, so this says I'm hooked up to 0 PSI right now. When you hook it onto a tire, it'll actually tell you how many PSI you have. You also have an option of bar, KPI, no idea what that is, and KG, CM3. Come on, this is America. We're not using European stuff. PSI. So you tell it how many PSI you want to pump to, and then you can either pull the trigger and it'll inflate until it gets to that level, right? Or you can push the trigger and lock it, push the trigger and lock it, and it'll inflate until it gets to that pressure level. So pretty cool. Works great for that reason. You put it on a tire, set it down, walk away, wait till you have everything inflated. Okay, so I complained about the length of the adapter cable. I'm also going to complain about this. This is not replaceable. This is your air line. Probably not a big deal for a piece of homeowner grade equipment, okay? But I wanted to be able to replace this with one of my own tire hooker-upper thingamajiggies. I don't like these things. They lock, which is nice, but what I don't like about them sometimes is when you unlock them, it starts spraying out air until you can yank this thing off. I wanted to use something that's replaceable, or if this breaks at this joint, I want to be able to replace this. But, you know, for the price, what are you going to do? So that's the unit itself. At this point, I can recommend it. I've dropped it a few times. It's held up. It aired up, you know, big truck tire, no problem. Passenger car tires, no problem. You know, I used it on the mowers, no problem. Really just handy to move from machine to machine to machine that I had low tires on, and that battery seemed to hold up to add, you know, 5, 10, 15 pounds of pressure to each one. That's it. We'll see you.